Welcome everyone, my name is Easton Harris. In this video today we're going to be talking about support and resistance, of course, but we're going to be talking about the correct way to draw your support and resistance areas. And there's only one single way to draw them if you wish to utilize them in your arsenal when taming the financial markets and becoming a profitable trader. The big secret is that your support and resistance areas must be drawn as zones. No ifs, ands, or buts. They have to be drawn as zones. That is the only way that they work consistently. Up until this point, we showed you guys the concept of support and resistance using solid lines. Now, price does not respect such a specific point within the market. Price fluctuates all the time, and there's not going to be a set specific point that the market respects every time. There's a general area, and we have to find that area, fine tune it, find the very specific parameters of this area so that it can be used consistently and profitably. Now, in the previous videos, we were using support and resistance as lines just to demonstrate the concepts of it. But here, I'm going to show you how that fails. I'm drawing out this example right now, and we're just going to take a look at how this played out. Now, if we want to put a resistance here, here are our reaction points to a resistance. Okay, we can tell by these reaction points that there's a resistance in this area. Okay, now if we take the line tool and we use this middle peak here, because it's in the middle and it's just right there in between both of them, so that should work. If we just use this to label where our support and resistance area is at, this will fail. What will happen is price will come through, break this support and resistance area that we have from here, and retest it. And we're going to talk more about this when we talk entries. But it's going to retest. You're going to enter for a sell, and you're going to lose. You're going to lose money. 7 out of 10 times you will lose money on a support and resistance line. Now, these are meant to be drawn as zones. Okay, so to avoid things like this getting faked out by the market, to avoid this, you have to draw your support and resistances as zones. So if we are looking at these peaks here, if we're looking at these peaks and we want to draw our resistance zone, we're going to start at the very edge of where this reaction originated from. So I'll move this so you guys can see clearly. When drawing the support and resistance zones, let's look at this one for instance, this area right here. We need to figure out what caused this reaction in the market. At what point within the market caused this bearish reaction? And we need the very beginning of that move. We need the very edge. Okay, so if we're looking for the very edge of this move here, I'll pull out this line, this dotted line tool. It is right here. This is our bottom parameter for our zone, and it is the very edge of this move. Okay, guys, right here. Now, for the next reaction, okay, we need to find the other side of our zone. We need to find the top portion of our parameters here. So let's grab our dotted line and let's check this. Okay, this is where this move originated from. This move, this bearish move, originated from this point where my dotted line is. Now, if we look to the right, at this peak here, we need to figure out where this move originated from. Now this move originated from a place that was just a bit higher than what we had from the peak to the left. So we're going to move our boundary line up right to the edge of where this bearish move began. And this is how we get our parameters for these zones. Okay, so if I get rid of this, if we pay no attention to this one right now, when looking at these three bearish reactions and searching for this resistance zone, you have to make sure that you have the bottom boundary and the top boundary. So when we do this, we have all three reactions in our zone. All of them are accounted for. Now this one just happens to be within our zone. And that's great. That's exactly where we wanted it to be. We want these reactions to be accounted for. So we have our bottom boundary, we have our top boundary. Now I'll move this line over here so you can see how we get it. And this becomes our support and resistance zone. Okay, now what that is going to look like now, instead, if y'all remember, we had a line through here that didn't work so well for us. Okay, that was when using the line. When using this zone and accounting for these reactions, this becomes our zone. And now that we have it drawn like this, and we're not using this line anymore, this move made sense. This makes perfect sense. This whole move down to the support and resistance zone, and then the reaction off of it, this bounce makes perfect sense now. We weren't trying to sell this anymore. We were trying to buy it, and we made money. You know, this is how support and resistance zones work. This is specifically how you draw them. Now we're going to dive into the chart, and I'm going to show y'all exactly how to do this whole process within a real chart. All right, guys, so here we are, and we're going to walk through drawing this resistance area correctly and very precisely, okay? So we have an area where we see these bearish moves come into play here. So I know that there's a resistance up here, but I need to find it. I need to figure out how exactly I'm going to draw my zone, and I need to figure out where these moves originate from. Okay, where do these bearish moves originate from? Now, over here to the left, we have to find our resistance zone. Where is our zone exactly? We have to start with what the market is giving us, and we have to look at where exactly these moves are originating from, these bearish moves. So if we come in here and we zoom in a bit, this move, where does this move originate from? What is the highest point that price went before it kicked in to this bearish move? And that point is this wick right here. This wick is going to be where this bearish move originated from. Where did this move originate from? Here's our bullish move. How high did it get before price went bearish? It's right here. These are our points within the market. These are what we want to take note of. These zones are very specific, and this is how they need to be drawn. I'm walking you through very slowly how to do this so y'all understand exactly how to do it. Before long, you guys will be so fast at marking these up. This is where this move, this bearish move, originated from, right here. Now this move, where did this move originate from? Right there at the wick. We had a small bullish move, wicked up, went bearish. These are our points that we need within our zone. Okay, so if we take a second and we just very precisely mark the edges of these moves here, we just mark them. We're going to get rid of these boxes so you guys can see clearer, and we're going to get rid of the arrows now. All of these reaction points need to be in this zone. Okay, so what this means is we need to find our lowest reaction point, which is this line down here where this wick is, and we need to draw our zone to the highest reaction point to find that top zone boundary. And this is our zone with all of our reaction points included. No one's left out. It's very solid, and all the moves make total sense. This is our resistance zone. We're going to do the same thing to our support down here. There is a support, so let's mark that up. So for a support, we need to figure out where are the bullish moves originating from. Where does this move come from? Where does it start? Where does it originate from? Where does this push originate from? We're going to find the parameters of our zone, looking for where the market is creating these bullish moves. So what are we going to do? We're going to come in and we're going to figure out exactly where did these moves start. What was the furthest point price went before it reversed and went bullish? It's going to be the wick edge of this little green candle here. Right here. This is very specific. Okay, guys, I told you this would be very specific. Where did this move originate from? The furthest point is the edge of that candle, the wick. We're going to use the wick on that one. Where did this move originate from? The green wick, just before the move. Right here. This is where our parameters are going to be set, and we're going to make sure that they are all included within our zone. All right, so let's come in. We're going to take this dotted line tool and we're going to mark the very edge of this move. Boom, right here. We're going to mark the very edge of this move. It's a little higher right here. And then we're going to mark the very edge of where this move originated. And now what we need to do is include all of these lines within our zone. So if I take my bottom line, my furthest parameter to the downside, and drag it to the top line, that's going to be the zone that we use. Now I'm going to clear some of this off so you guys can have a better look at what's going on. This area right here is our support zone. Now I was really zoomed in. I wanted you guys to have a complete understanding of how this is done correctly. All right. This is our support zone, and look how how price reacted to it. Support then turned to resistance in this area. Zone was very well respected. This is how you draw your support and your resistance zones. This is how specific you need to be. Guys, practice this. Practice this. Find out where these reactions are originating from and develop your zone. Do not be lazy when drawing your support and your resistance zones. That took quite a bit of time to do that, but I wanted to make sure you guys fully understand the correct way and the only way to do this if you want to make money using support and resistance zones. Practice this on your charts until you are comfortable. You should be able to mark these up in a matter of 2 seconds. Okay, I can mark these up so fast, it's not even a question. I want you guys to be better at it than I am. All right, so practice makes perfect. Get in your charts. Take the knowledge we are teaching you and apply it. If you're not applying it, you're not going to make money. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope this provided an in-depth understanding of how to draw your support and resistance zones.